Yo, what's going on, everybody? Do me a favor. Welcome back to the Reliable HVACR podcast channel. So, if you guys are watching this on my main channel, you guys are going to have to go over to the new channel that's set up just strictly for podcasts. So, that's where all the clips will be, any live streams from now on, and all of the episodes that come out. So, I had some lined up already, but I kind of wanted to get this thing started and get it going. That way, by next episode, which instead of this week, it'll be next week, as far as like a guest, we had people already alerted of the new channel. And, that way their episode does well and everything. So I hope you guys go check that out. I need to leave a link to that channel. I'll do that right now. So yeah, we started a Reliable HVACR podcast channel. Go check that out every Tuesday. And there's a whole bunch of people already tuning in. We started a little bit early. I didn't want to start too late today. What's up, Froggy, HVAC Life, Jason Johnson, Brian, Comfort Medic. Let's see. Visual Ramen. Jason Johnson, I probably already said that. Nasty was in here. He's always the first one in. What's up, everybody? What's good? Much love from the H town. I've gotten a lot of comments of a lot of people are from Texas, right? So a lot of people locally from Houston, that area. I know a lot of people from Austin, like Jason. So shout out to all my fellow Texans. Tomorrow, play on words. Not tomorrow. In my area, I don't know if anybody watching this is from the McAllen area, but they have what is let me see what it's called first before I open my mouth. Summer kickoff, which summer started like 2 months ago for us. So at my local INSCO, they're gonna have a damn it. That's not gonna adjust. They're gonna have a summer kickoff featuring a lot of big name brands. They're gonna have food, drinks, music, and I believe giveaways. Yeah, vendor giveaways. 11 to 2. I don't know if anybody's in my area that's watching or listening, but I'm gonna be there with Mr. HVAC Tactical himself, and hopefully I don't get too many calls and I can stay around for a bit. Yeah, Insco, the Ream dealer. That's who I went to look for coils, and I still cannot find the coils that I need for these RTUs. Been finding the same leak, and I had talked to somebody else, as I've never messed with their split system, so I cannot tell you on their residential equipment. But as far as commercial, it's always the same leak from the copper discharge line to the aluminum coil. It'll crack either at the joint or on the aluminum side. I had the same issue with Lennox, but I've come across several from Ream Rude, and I've heard that that's a common thing. I just don't see them a lot. I mostly deal with Carrier, Train, and I started seeing a lot of Lennox now. So some are bumping up 80%. Froggy. Mitch, they also sell VRF stuff. Yeah, we use them, here and there when we need to. I never see Ream. They're nice. We did put in one. I don't remember the tonnage on it, but it was very different from the ones that I guess from their older style, because a lot of the ones that I've seen are like 6, 8, 10 years old, and those are the ones that are leaking. But we installed a ream unit, or I don't know if it was ream or root, I know they're the same thing, but it was very different, and it was more in line with like a I don't know, like a carrier type of deal. Like as far as like the setup on it, super simple, kind of had the same layout in the electrical, and I enjoyed installing that one. God almighty, my kids got me sick. I'm still dealing with that. Let's see. What do you think of Dakin? Not my favorite. I've seen one Ream RT in the last 10 plus years. Some people swear by the Ream and the Rude, but I guess everybody has their own flavor of, AC units. As far as the Dakin, I've had to put them in because some customers are just, that's what they want to pay. I always give them options, so that's just how we do business. So like, there is going to be like at least a good and then best option. You could go good, better, best, but essentially, like we give them like you can go with a Dakin, or we can go with like a carrier train, whatever kind of system they had in place, whatever matches up best with it. That's usually what we offer, and then the Dakin is like the cheaper version. Um, the only thing with Dakin, the carriers are better than Ream. I've after dealing with so many, I thought I didn't like, carrier, and train is pretty good too, as far as like commercial RTU. But like that's mainly what I deal with, right? Is light commercial equipment. So I carrier is super easy to work on. The only issue with carrier RTUs are the what do you call it? The distributor, the header, whatever it is that clog up. That's the only issue that I've seen that is not an easy type of repair. Carrier is junk, just my opinion. That's the only issue that I've had. Other than that, it's pretty cut and dry, right? It's like, um, I just had one, but it's an airflow issue. But like mostly, it's going to be electrical. I mean, the same thing with Train and any of them. I've never seen too many issues with those bigger brands. The Ream and the Root is just rubbing me the wrong way because they are leaking and they have micro channels. And Ream and Root use micro channels inside and well in the condenser and the evaporator. And Train is starting to do that because we put one in that had a micro channel evaporator, and I was pretty skeptical. I was like, oh, like I hadn't opened it until we installed it. I was like, oh, I hope this thing don't leak, right? Aluminum coils are just a hassle to deal with. It's not anything. I mean, as long as you install it right and service it and whatever, it'll work, and it's gonna last long if you do the right procedures and all that. But longevity is a big deal, right? And if micro channels tend to leak, that's just like I said, gonna rub me the wrong way. Yeah, that's kind of how I am. Nasty. I am I was the most comfortable with Train, and now I'm the most comfortable with Carrier, right? So yeah, Nasty was saying he's most comfortable on Carrier, but they are too effing flimsy. They have every carrier, I mean every brand has its like quirks, and you just got to know what to look for. So like I've never had the issue. I thought I had it yesterday actually, but I've never had the issue of the at least on the RTUs, right? The ones that are like 10 tons and under, or like yeah. I've never had the issue where that area, the distributor, the head, the header and all that clog up. I know that's a common issue. I've never come across one. Um Usually it's like so old, something else will give out first. The compressor, blower wheel, something that's rusted and falling apart. or like I said, mostly electrical, a lot of shorted out contactors, things like that. I've never had big issues with the carriers. And like Train, I was comfortable with those for a while too. Dakin heavy commercial. I know I've heard you say this, Jason. Dakin heavy commercial equipment is pretty dang good. Not without its quirks, but pretty good. Everything has quirks. Everything is made similar. Like I said, the only issue I've ever had is microchannels where they connect the copper to the aluminum. And I replaced one a few years ago before I had my channel. And for the life of me, I cannot remember the brand on this. It was so beat up and so old. Um, like it was all faded. I can't remember what it even looked like. It was a different design that I'm used to, so I don't think it was Carrier or Train. I just can't think of the name right now. And we replaced the condenser coil because the whole discharge line that was aluminum, because it went up and then down at an angle, and then it connected to copper. And it's always those rubber, I don't know what you call them, they're little rubber covers. I've heard them called different things, but like where the copper and the aluminum meet, there's always a piece of rubber over it. That's always where it leaks. But this one had a crack all the way down the aluminum side of the pipe too. I tried to repair it. It lasted like a week or two, and then we had to get the coil because it started cracking a little bit more, or a leak came out anyway. But I always, if I see a microchannel, most of the time you check there where they kind of connect together and there's a crack or that it's leaking at that joint there. And of course, well, Jason is a Train guy, even though they're pissing me off with their proprietary crap they put on everything now. Don't you just love that? I try to carry as much universal stuff as I can to get the customer by, but when it gets to that point, where they're putting in their own thing that you can't fix it without getting something directly from them, that's what sucks. And I've dealt with that on the refrigeration side and stuff like that, where I had to tell the customer, like, you know what, I don't have what this needs. A manufacturer will send me one out, but we gotta wait. That's what sucks. And I know some guy who brought up Mr. Cool. Of course, it was Brian. I like Mr. Cool. I just saw an ad for that on YouTube, I think. And they're literally, their website is like literally, I think, Mr. Cool DIY. And it's like, I wonder how many homeowners have put those in, without a vacuum, without any proper procedure on that. And then I can imagine, because those get real moldy. I just got a mini split in that I gotta install here. And that's gonna be the main thing, is we're gonna have to be checking it or cleaning it often because the mini splits get pretty nasty. So I just want to remind you guys that are watching. I know I started early, but please go over to the Reliable HVACR podcast channel and check that out. I'm going to try and leave a link in the chat for anybody that comes across it. That's where all the new episodes, and I think any time that I go live, it's going to be on that channel now. That way mine is less cluttered. Let's see. Lowe's is the one that carries Mr. Cool? I was wondering where they were. Let's see. I got to go back to my channel to do it. Gotta love the Lowe's special, right? All right, how do I pin this? All right, there. The new channel is there, pinned in the chat. Like I said, today we're doing it live on both, but I'm gonna switch over to that one next week. Uh, the Rooster Network. Yeah, we could change the name if we want. Medic, I saw uh, you're comfortable with the ICP carrier. And I saw another one. Oh, that's what you sell. You've been doing your own thing for yourself. That's good, man. Yeah. I always tell people, that's the best thing is to do your own thing. I've made memes and reels and different things like on TikTok about making money. And I do strongly believe if you find the right company, you can make good money. But the best money, I mean, it doesn't come without its, stress and, all the hustle and stuff that you have to do and running your own business and being on call 24/7 and whatever. But that's where you make good money too. Um, Shout out to the business owner. It's not easy to do and even harder to be successful at. Shout out to my dad because this was his dream, his vision and goal while I was still in college trying to figure out what the hell I wanted to do. He put this out here, did it well. It's thriving and all that. He does not do what I do. I brought in the HVAC and kind of added to what he had already started, and I've been doing more and more of it every year, and it's not easy. It's a lot to do, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. I enjoy the HVAC work, even though I want to quit every week. Um, we've had like I posted a meme and I wasn't joking. We've had like our 10th heat wave and warning and heat advisory and all this other crap. And then that's when the equipment goes down the most, and that's when you get the most calls. And you're having to go out there when it says it's going to be like a high of 120 or whatever it is right now, and it's not easy to be up there. So also take care of yourself. What do you mean 103? Dude, we've been over 110. We've been 108 consistently. And with the it always says because of the humidity, it's closer to like 120, like 118. That is okay, that makes more sense. 120. Ours was like 121 or 122. I don't think I've seen it 127 yet. So you guys are dealing with it too. Um that's what I was wondering. I was like, ours has said like 108 with a heat index of like 118 to 121, I believe. And let me tell you, you feel it on the roof. It's hot. Texas is its own little thing there. You got 60. I think we had 70. And then we're getting the storms right now. So like yeah, I think we have hail that might come in later. Ours is it's not that hot today. It says it's 101 right now and 64% humidity. It's always like 60 to 70%. Brian, don't even start. 78's nothing. I don't want to hear it unless you got over 100. Um, but yeah, I don't know how long I'll be on here. I appreciate all you guys for making this podcast what it is and for it, growing. It's kind of outgrew my main channel. That's why I had to put it on a different channel and just let it do its thing on there on its own. Get it off the ground and all that. Like I said, it's pinned in the chat. Did I pin the wrong one? No, right? I pinned the wrong. Damn it, Jason. That's what you meant. Nasty. I pinned the wrong comment because it moved when I did it. Now the pinned comment is the new channel. Freaking Jason. Not the Rooster Network. It is the Reliable HVACR podcast channel. New episodes on there. I was supposed to do this at the beginning. I want to thank the sponsors. You guys already know you can get a free trial and discount with Jobber at getjobber.com/reliable HVACR. It's been night and day for me. I've been using it a lot. They have new marketing tools, and that has gotten us reviews because they can get automatic, well, not automatic, but they can automate follow-ups with your customers and get your reviews through like nudging them through a text or email or whatever. And they have the email campaigns. If you guys want to, boost your sales, which is like for us, it's not like we're selling equipment. It's like maintenance agreements or discounts that we have going on or specials or stuff that we want to push. That's what that can do for you. If you want to, like I said, try it out for free. You have Jobber. You already know that I love VETO Pro Pack. Ever since I got them, I've not wanted another bag. I have yet to actually rip through one or have to replace it because they're made really well and they have a lot of stuff. I've talked to them over the past year or two about different things, and they have so many things coming out. So I know Brian mentioned, I think he got an MB4B, which I have, and I love it. Yeah, they have so much coming out that you're gonna be buying a lot of VETOs in your near future. Just trust me. The hose hauler. Well, when I asked about it on HVAC Nights, which you also, if you enjoy this podcast, go check out HVAC Nights with that's me, Jake Kraus, and Curtis, the HVAC guy. If you want a more laid back, uncensored type of podcast, go check that out. We talk about our work week and all that. When I asked about it on that channel or that podcast, that was a popular answer. I might try and do a giveaway with the hose hauler on HVAC Nights. So be on the lookout for that one. I also want to thank Local for helping us with our marketing. I've been real stubborn. I thought marketing was only for residential companies, but we're diving into it. I just want to be well known in all aspects, right? Like I do the YouTube, I do all the social media stuff, so why not kind of have that help us with our websites and all that? So Local has been sponsoring the channel, and they're helping us build our online presence, and thanks to them. SPECTROLINE, I know a lot of people don't like SPECTROLINE. I appreciate that. Comfort Medic. It is a last resort. I've always had one on my van. If you use it in moderation and as your last resort, I have a kit. I need to do a video on it. I did a kit where it's a VETO. Spoiler. It's a VETO. It has analogs that are dedicated to dye. It has the whole dye kit in there with it, and that way it's separate from everything else. And SPECTROLINE actually gives you labels with the kit. Please label those units that you put the dye in, because that is the worst when you get it on your probes or fancy new gauges. I would advise, you have a backup set to hook up to a system that has dye. And over the years, you're going to have backups. I've had a bunch just pile up in the warehouse. All you have to do is replace the gaskets on the hoses and all that. So I built out a kit. I use SPECTROLINE when I need it. I don't use it all the time. And, thanks to them for sponsoring the channel. FastStat, I think it's still going to be sponsoring. If you guys need any wiring extenders, that does it without running wire through any awkward areas. If you can't, or if it's hard to do, FastStat can help you set up a sender and receiver. You put one at the thermostat, you put one at the furnace, or in my case, the rooftop unit. If you don't have enough wires, it'll give you that extra wire for like a 2-stage cooling in my instance, or a broken wire instead of like, or if you don't have enough to borrow, but instead of borrowing like the heat and all that, you can use a fast stat and get you that extra wire, give you a common when you don't have one to power that thermostat. You know, check out fast stat. And no, you're good, medic. We're just hanging out. Um, and then DIVERSITECH, a lot of my stuff, because I know it's hard to see, but their umbrella covers Packard Pro, which is those thermostats. I think it's Speed Clean and Hillmore Swoosh, which is the cartridges that I use for my my little drain kit. And there's a ton more there. If you go look in your van, because I already looked in mine, a lot of this stuff is from DIVERSITECH. So they make everything that you need. It's a one-stop shop for the HVAC tech. Go check out, or you might already have a lot of DIVERSITECH products. And then we have NAVIEN, who came on recently. I've been interested in looking at their tankless system, so they're a new sponsor of the channel. And I have another one that I think I can announce next month. So I just want to thank all the sponsors helping me get all the equipment that I need, and making me, or giving me incentive not to miss, weeks, and making me do the podcast every week. Eddie, what's up? Eddie HVAC. Yeah, I am on Facebook. I don't know if I'm gonna make the reliable, because my company's name is Reliable Kitchen Services. I do have everything set up for that. There's an Instagram, there's a Facebook, but what I mostly use is my Reliable HVACR, which is on Facebook as well. I'm on TikTok, LinkedIn. You can find me everywhere. Just look up Reliable, and you'll find it. Getting our YouTube and Facebook page upgraded for Comfort Medic. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'm trying to kind of, I don't want to say it's rebranding, but just kind of updating everything as well, and trying to get everything where it benefits the stuff that we do at work as well, right? I can't completely merge them together, but a lot of the work stuff, you're going to start seeing a lot of Reliable Kitchen branding on it, because I want to make sure that people know that that's if they look up Reliable Kitchen or Reliable HVAC, they know that's us, right? Whether it's a customer, a fellow technician, any of that. Let's see. All right, we got a few more subs on the channel. I appreciate you guys. So probably going to end it in a few minutes, but like I said, from now on, next Tuesday, we have, let me see if I can find the I was working on that episode for next week. I believe, I can't even say his last name. We have Rob. Don't know how to say his last name. He runs his own business, and I believe he's working somewhere now behind the counter and trying to merge the two. He's been at the awards show. He's been at the Central Therm Miami thing, or Florida. I don't know where it was. So he's a big, he's in the community and stuff like that. So we're going to have Rob next week talk about his upbringing, starting his own business, kind of going into a different side of HVAC, but still maintaining his business, which I thought was very interesting. A good dude. Then I got a lot of younger technicians coming on. We got Ramon Perez coming back on, because he just started his own business. And there's a few others on my list. It's a bunch of just technicians that are coming up, and then hearing their stories. Jason, got to go to bed soon. 6 a.m. start tomorrow. Nightmare building with a 500K chiller down, and they're raising hell. Well, you know what, Jason? You give them hell, right? Good luck. Stay safe out there, and hopefully it's not too much of a headache and you get it done. All right, let me just check a few things. Mr. Cool is awesome. You don't even need a vacuum. They don't tell you that, right? Those new Eco Blue motors are fun. I've yet to come across one on the carriers. I know they changed the motor on them from the traditional blower wheel to some fancy, like you said, eco motor. I hear they give out a lot. I don't know how hard they are to replace. Yeah, right. It's a financial company with over 100 billion in investments. I hate this building. Good luck, Jason. Charles, how long is this chat for? Probably just a couple more minutes. I appreciate you coming through. Like I said, go check out the I don't know if I have a banner for it. Go check out the Reliable HVACR podcast channel. It is pinned in the comments after I pinned the wrong one. And I think that is it, guys. I hope you guys are having a good, work week. It's been hot. I've been almost on the brink of burnout, but I'm trying to keep afloat. We have an install to do tomorrow. And then, like I said, on Thursday, we have that INSCO event. Hopefully I can make it out there and hang out there for a while. And let's see. Nope. Didn't want to do that. There we go. I've been listening to your podcast. I appreciate that, Charles. If you listen to it on the audio, like Spotify, Apple, whatever you listen to it on, that's not going to change, and that's doing really well for me. I really appreciate if you listen on there. The plays have been good, or the downloads, whatever you call it. I'm still new to this. I really appreciate it. You can listen to this on YouTube. The only thing that's changing is the YouTube channel. It's going to be on Reliable HVACR podcast. So if you search that or just search Reliable HVAC, I think both of my channels pop up. Subscribe to that one if you want to see the video version. And the audio, like I said, stays the same. So you can listen to this on any platform. I try to put it out on all of them. And next week, we have a bunch of guests lined up that are really, really good guys, really interesting. And I got a lot to plan, or I need to plan more for summer because I know everybody's been busy. All right, so I'm going to cue the outro. I appreciate everybody that came through, and see you guys. Which one is the damn outro?